Welcome to Louisiana Catalyst, The Link. This is our very first episode, our very first reveal and launch of our podcast show. I'm Duran Talley, Vice President of Louisiana Catalyst. Throughout this season, you'll always see to my left, I guess we'll always see, you'll always be to my left maybe, but the main guy at the top of the food chain, top of the chart, Mr. Quentin Durr, our President of Louisiana Catalyst.
I'm just going to leave now. Good morning. Good morning. Glad to be here. Long time coming.
Man, this has definitely been a great project, a great initiative, not just the podcast show, but everything you've been doing from the visionary perspective of Louisiana Catalyst. Just kind of just take a moment to digest what we're doing, what we're rolling out here, and then tell us how that moment feels.
Yeah, this is a 3-year project. When we originally started downtown, we had a little window section that we set up a little podcast room. We really had no idea what we were doing. Like, we had the audio perspective, a couple microphones, little recording deal, but we did not have near the cameras or anything. So we started with the idea phase there. We started messing around with some cameras. Then COVID hit, and we had to move out, and we started still pursuing some marketing things and doing the podcast. And it took a turn when we said, okay, we're going to move to here to the Benoit Rec Center. And what does that look like? We knew we wanted this podcast room, and by far I cannot take any credit because this was a team effort. Yourself, Richard, Rick, everybody that's been involved. It's been a learning experience. We've had a lot of trials. We've tested equipment. We've had to buy lenses and return them and get different ones, and still probably buy some more stuff. Like, it don't stop. So. To then now be housed here and be able to have the graphic, thanks to Chase and their grant and the things they've done for us, to be able to have this room, to have the equipment, to have the capability. Now it's just on us to learn it. And we've been practicing, and practice makes perfect. So, like I say, it's been a long time, but I'm glad we're here. And now I'm just excited to start highlighting all the important resources that are in our area to help businesses grow. Mm-hmm. That's what it's all about.
Yeah, no doubt. I can remember, I guess about a year ago, maybe a year to the day almost, we walked in this empty building, all white walls,
right?
Raggedy, unwaxed floors,
right.
And dust and spider webs, and Quentin walks in and is like, yeah, see this is going to be the podcast room. We're going to put this over there. We're going to do this here. We're going to have this here. And I'm looking saying, wow. This is anything short of a psychiatric asylum or something like that, and to see that vision and be a part of that vision. First off, I want to say thank you for allowing me to be a part of the vision and the work that it's taken to get where we are now today. But, man, to just see an idea come to life. And I think, we don't see enough of that. It's a lot of people in the community that I meet, engage with, ideate with, and it's all talk. Oh, I got an idea. Oh, we should do this. This is what Monroe needs. This is what West Monroe needs. This is what the region needs. This is what Louisiana needs. But who's actually doing the work?
Right.
And so I want to, applaud you and thank you and commend you for not just saying, man, this is going to be a podcast. This is going to be a conference room. This is going to be a working station. But here's the map. Here's the plan. Here's the partners that we're going to have to link with in order to see it come to life.
Right, right. No, I appreciate that. But I also will say that, I didn't come to you with some amazing compensation package, right? I came with a dream and a hope, and even with you to Richard to Rick and everybody that's been involved since day one, we've been compensated zero. Mm-hmm. This is a passion for all of us, and we see what it can be. Mm-hmm. And it's a God's gift for me to be able to walk in and just see it. Mm-hmm. It's one of my talents is I can just look at something and go, man, I can see this, and then that extra gift that's been given, it seems, is just trying to find that roadmap there. Like, how do we get from, and that's the hard part, right?
That's the hardest part.
So many, even starting your own business, like most people are like, okay, I want to start a business, and they can see what they could be in 10 years, but they don't know how to get there.
How do I get there?
And so it's like, that was part of Catalyst too, is like, let's create an entity and a nonprofit that can help someone start a business, but help them get to there. How do you get to there? Because experience is one thing, but then it also just takes that God gift of putting the relationships and what resources you have. Everybody's different. We've seen some companies got more than others. Some have nothing. and how do you take an idea and turn it into a profitable business? And that's what we're trying to do.
Yeah, no doubt. Now we got to talk about the name, the link.
Right.
Of course, we know Louisiana Catalyst. It's been a brand that's, as you just alluded to a little bit, it was strong, stood strong, weathered the storm of COVID-19,
Right.
endured, evolved, and it is now doing what we're doing now. But the link. Let's talk about the name of this podcast show. Why the link? Why would we want to position the content and the relationships that we're going to create and build during this time around the concept of the link?
Well, it leads to what's on the wall, right? Literally on our wall. Networking and collaboration are two of the four pillars that we stand on. Entrepreneurship, innovation are the other two, because those two stand on their own together. So those four things together really make a strong business model. And so for us, having networking, collaboration as an integral part is how we got started. That's how we built the relationships. That's how we've been able to do what we've done, is through those relationships. So it felt like, okay, the intent and the purpose of this podcast is to link people together, And so you and I just sitting around playing with names, like, okay, what are we trying to do, and what would be a simple idea and thought with one word that makes people understand. Now you took it a little further with, talking about how the link and the stronger the, and I'll let you elaborate on that, because I don't want to butcher, but it makes sense. So it's like, okay, well, let's be that missing link. And that's always what I told people. We're not here to step on toes. We're here to fill in the gaps and catch people, that catalyst, that missing, that space where things fall through. We want to link them together.
No doubt. And when we talk about the link, one of the things that came to my mind and comes to my mind as who we are is that chain link. Any entity, any business, any individual that contacts us, comes in contact with us, connects with us, you're now made stronger because of the other connections we have with other entities, businesses, individuals. And we want you to feel that when I linked with Catalyst, or I linked with Quentin Duran, I also linked with the city of Monroe. I also now linked with Origin Bank. I now also link with Chase Bank, and I have access to the resources. I now link with Small Business Development Center, Louisiana Economic Development, and we can go on and on and on.
Right.
Justin Underwoods of the world and these others who are part of our network. When you link with us, you also get access to that, and we don't create a competitive environment.
Right.
We create a collaborative environment. We are true business collaborators in the sense of what we have, we're willing to give to you, help you develop it, or come in and help you strengthen if you're already doing similar things that we're doing. Let's see how we can come together and make one of us better. Both of us should come out better, but for sure, we're willing to make you better, even if it means that we don't get anything out of it.
Right. And I think to layer on top of that, the collaborative effort and the link, what that means is there's a degree of respect that goes with that. In other words, if I link to you and then I link to, let's say, Rick, you need me to get to Rick. But the respect, because I linked you to Rick, is to go through me to talk to Rick. So there's a respect and collaboration, not cut my chain off to go link with Rick and then leave me out to dry. Because that's what part of respect and business and ethics is. When we create a link, you're stronger. So why would you remove a link just so you can shorten your chain?
Exactly.
That's crazy mindset, but you see it. It's like, hey,
100%.
Hey, who's your plug? You know what I mean? Like,
who's your plug? How can I go around you to get to what you have? That's the opposite of what we're creating here. That's the opposite of even we'll have Mayor Ellis on at some point in the season. And his vision, I imagine, of one row.
Right.
That's the opposite of what one row is becoming, and so we as a business community, we got to look at it the same way. How can we link together? How can we be one row in terms of businesses? Even if